name is Maria. I'm 62 years old.
Old? You mean 62 years young?
62 years old.
I always like to tell them that, you're 50 years young, you're 55 years young, you're not old. And we joke about that, and all of them have so much personality, and I love it. I love being around them. If that's a group that I were to choose to be around, or if there was a group that I had to choose to be around, it's gonna be my Legends group. And there's a lot of things that go into that, but I think it's important to know that as we age, we start to believe, we start to lose hope, right? Realistically, a lot of us start to lose hope as we age, because guess what? Muscle mass decreases. Maybe your functionality in life kind of slowly diminishes. Your bone density decreases, right? Maybe you're starting to put on some weight. And so it's very easy for us to get caught up in that. And then the next thing you know, 5-10 years down the road, it's like, holy shit, life is here. I'm 50. And you don't feel so great. But for us here at CrossFit Achieve, it's important to help those people realize that there is hope and they have a whole nother life to live. They have so many years left on them, and we can help them do that. We can help them prolong their life. We can help them prolong the nursing home. We can help them fight off whatever, maybe it's chronic disease that they're encountering, or maybe it's just some weight that they need to lose, or whatever it may be. They just want to play with their kids on the floor, their grandkids on the floor for a longer period of time. They want to be able to get up and off the toilet. We can do that, and CrossFit has done that. We just have to provide them the prescription best suited for them so that they can feel as fit as they possibly want to be, in the best shape of their life at 50. That's a goal for me. I want every single person to come and be at 50, I'm in the best shape that I've ever possibly been in. And selfishly, I think about my parents. I think about wanting to keep them longer, and watching them age is hard. It's hard for anyone. And I'm all right, I just need to get them to move. I need them to be a little bit more functional so that they can take care of themselves and I don't have to worry about them. So selfishly, yeah, I have a soft spot. And I want everyone to know that there is life after you turn 50. It doesn't have to end. You can be as fit as you possibly want. And I think there's one thing to know is that CrossFit's done this really well, is that we're not measured by kind, but we're measured by degree. And no matter your age, shape, size, color, whatever it is, we can all be fit and we can all do it together.
Now that I'm almost, not quite, 50, I'm faced with more challenges. It's harder. It's harder to continue to make progress, I feel. I'm more tired, just overall, just aging, I guess. And so I knew when I went to Rachel about a year ago, it's I'm not ready for that. I don't want to face any of that. I hate it. And I feel like I'm definitely at a point where I'm starting to become stagnant, or, you kind of start to hit that decline, and I wasn't ready. And I felt like I could do more, but I just wasn't able to. And I knew there was something being left on the table, and I wanted to figure out what that was. And I thought it had to be my nutrition and my diet, just trying to add that piece in. And it was like another miracle work, really. I mean, all of a sudden I'm running faster. I've shaved a minute off my mile. My lifts are a little heavier. I can go, longer in a workout without feeling like I'm dying. I do feel like it's shaved years off of me again. Yeah. So, CrossFit by itself was able to do that initially. And then of course, you should be doing that all along. I did not know, but there's always something that I'm finding in this place that will help me feel younger, have more energy, not feel, it's making me be able to ignore the age that I really am. And that I'm thankful for, because, well, anyone who knows me knows how much I hate my birthday.
When you're young, this is easier. It is easier. You've come out of some sort of sports discipline, maybe in high school or college. And it's easier to keep coming and staying fit when you're younger. And then you're going to have a setback. Everybody does. As you get older, there's going to be some setback. You're going to get ill. You might be a family setback. You might be starting a new career, and next thing you know, you haven't worked out in month after month, and then pretty soon it's year after year. It's very easy to say, well, when I was young, this was easy, but now when I'm old, it's not. And if you just got to keep at it. Can't let your ego get in the way. I look at the young guys that are moving a lot more weight than I am. It's not why I'm here. I'm not here to compete with them. I'm here to compete with myself and try to get better and try to age without getting old. Let's put it that way. Yeah.
Your responsibility as a coach is to build positive and fun relationships with every single person that you interact with, because you never know if that conversation could change that person's life. And that's how we view it at CrossFit Achieve, that every interaction we have could potentially change this person's life for the better in that moment, or maybe we're just planting the seed so that they come back to us in a couple weeks or in a couple months. They know where they can go because they feel safe, right? And we understand that we have the most impeccable solution to most people's problems, which is health and fitness. And we can get them the results that they want, and we have the prescription that they need. However, we have to get them to trust us and believe in us and find hope that maybe when they don't, they come to us for that. And that's the role and responsibility of a coach.
And it's extremely fun to say, hey, I've learned that you don't have to go out and set a record in the beginning. I think some people are always worried about, I've got to be first. I've got to do this. I've got to lift this weight. And it's not like that. Better to set some goals. I think what I've learned too is make realistic goals and attain them. And sometimes it's better to go up 5 pounds for 2 months and continue to have successes than it is to try to say, oh, I've worked my butt off and I'm getting nowhere. Because well, what are you going to do? You can't work out faster. You can't work out harder. You have to, and you put in the price, and there's a certain sense of satisfaction that comes from saying, I did this. And I have never finished a workout. I think what I've learned and said, I wish I hadn't done it or whatever. I'm always happier. I'm always thankful that I got something done and I had the workout and I accomplished it, because there are days that are going to be good days when you feel great. There are days that you're not. You learn how to get through that just like everything else. But I'm never unhappy when I'm finished. And
that's the reality for all of us. All of us are going to age at some point. And we're going to get to a point where physically and mentally we feel depleted. And we cannot change the fact that in some capacity, our muscle's going to deteriorate, our bone density is going to diminish, right? We can't change some of those things, but we can combat some of those things. We can prolong those things. And so for me, it's important to instill hope in our Legends group, our 40 plus, whatever you want to call it, as we age, to instill hope in these people that you can be as fit as you possibly want at no matter what age it is. Right? And I want to prolong everyone's life. I want to prolong the nursing home for everyone. I want to prolong the nursing home for my parents so that I can selfishly keep them longer. And that goes for everyone. And if we can prolong people's life, help fight off chronic disease, get people to feel better, guess what? They live longer. And maybe in their earlier life, their 30s and 20s, they didn't feel so great. But by the time you hit 50 and you're like, holy shit, life is here. What is the solution to that problem? And we have that solution. We just have to be able to show you and prove to you that you can be as fit as you possibly want at no matter what age it is.
Any place of business, any place in particular, is only as good as the people that are there. And the great thing about CrossFit Achieve, well, there's many great things, but it's the staff at CrossFit Achieve. They not only are instructors, but they're also members of the gym too. And I feel like they are very approachable, super helpful, and they make all the difference in the world. Because I have been to gyms before and I have gone to different classes outside of CrossFit Achieve, and you get an instructor who's a clunker and it just kind of ruins it. I honestly have never had that experience here at CrossFit Achieve. So I think that starts with Rachel, and then I think that the people that she hires are embodiment of herself and her own personality, and that is one of being really professional, fun, but somebody who wants to see you succeed. So she's invested her time and her money into this place, but she's really invested into the members of the gym because she wants people that want to be here. And that's what I have found here at CrossFit Achieve. I mean, it sounds cheesy to say, you know, it feels like a family, but it really does feel like a family, really and truly.